Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you children. I hope you all are fine and sound at your home. So this video is for standard 2 and for day 1, and subject is also mentioned here that this video is of English. So children, let's see what we are going to study today in English. But before showing you the content, before telling you about all the contents we are going to do today, I would like to request you all, please watch this video till end, and if you are having any confusion while watching this video, please note it down in your notebook and ask me in your class. Okay, so let's see. So today we are going to do chapter number 11, that is Jane and the Chimps. We have already studied this chapter earlier also. So today I am going to give you summary of this chapter once again so that it will be very much easier for you all to understand this chapter. So Jane Goodall loved animals. Jane Goodall loved animals very much. You can see here in this picture that she is Jane Goodall, and here is the chimp. So Jane Goodall loved animals. Jane Goodall loved them very much. She loved them very much. She wanted to know everything about chimps, that is chimpanzees. Everything about them, like their habitat, where they live, and their eating habits. And after finishing her school, she went to Africa. Then she moved to Gombe National Park. It is famous for its chimpanzees. Then what happened? She worked very hard to learn new things about whom? About chimpanzees. And she wrote everything about them in her diary. In the beginning, she could only hear pant-hoot calls. That means a sound produced by chimps to communicate with one another. That is pant-hoot calls to one another, because they were not familiar with Jane. So they were not coming in front of Jane, but after that they become very much familiar. As day passes, every chimpanzee was very much special to her. She found out that chimps can make and use tools like human beings. They eat meat also. She watched them when they were happy, sad, scared. Like humans, their behavior was as same as us. How we behave and how chimps behave, the similarity is very much in between this. So she saw them hold hands, kiss and love just like people. At the same time, forests in Africa were being cut down, and her animal friends, that is chimpanzees, they were in danger. So what she did, she traveled out. She traveled all over the world, all over the globe, and she convinced people. She asked people to help and save chimpanzees. So this was the story about Jane and the chimps. Okay, children. So moving towards our content, let's see that today we are going to do answer these questions. Question answer related to this chapter, that is Jane and the chimps. Okay, let's start. Here is question number 1. What did Jane Goodall love to do as a child? So, when she was very small, when she was young, what she loved to do at that time? So, the answer is Jane Goodall loved to watch animals for hours as a child. She loved watching animals for hours. When she was very small, she was very young. Okay, so what did Jane Goodall love to do as a child? Jane Goodall loved to watch animals for hours as a child. Okay, children. So here is picture of Jane Goodall. She is Jane Goodall and she loved watching animals for hours. That is the reason why she chose a job like this, to watch chimpanzee and to write about them. This was her job. Why did Jane move to Gombe? Jane moved to Gombe because her job was to watch chimpanzees and write about them. After finishing her school, Jane moved to Gombe. But why? What was the reason why she moved to Gombe? Because Jane moved to Gombe because her job was to watch chimpanzees. Her job was to watch chimpanzees and to write about them in her diary. This was her job. That is the reason why she moved to Gombe. Okay, children, this is your question number 2. Now, moving towards our next question, but before that, you can see how she looks. She is Jane Goodall, and she is very young. At that time, she was very young and she loved watching animals also. She was kind also, very much kind. So, here is question number 3. Why do you think that chimps stayed away from Jane at the beginning? Why do you think that? Think the chimps stayed away from Jane at the beginning? Because the chimps were not familiar with Jane. The chimps stayed away from Jane at the beginning because they were not familiar with Jane. And as time passes, they are getting more closer to Jane because she was very kind to them. She never hurt them. So this is the reason. So why do you think the chimps stayed away from Jane at the beginning? The chimps stayed away from Jane at the beginning because they were not familiar with Jane. So this was the reason. Okay, children. And now see, let's see what is our next question. Yes, you can see in this picture also, Jane is sitting here and chimps are there. They are not much familiar with Jane, but as time passes, they are getting more closer to Jane. Okay, children, Jane Goodall. Question number 4. Here one statement is given and you have to answer all the question according to this statement. Here statement is David Greybeard took bananas from my hands. Okay, David Greybeard took bananas from my hands. Who was David Greybeard? Here one question is written, that is question number A. Who was David Greybeard? David Greybeard was a chimp with a grey beard. Now Jane Goodall named a chimp David Greybeard. The reason was that that chimp was having a grey beard. That is the reason why she named the chimp David Greybeard. Who was David Greybeard? David Greybeard was a chimp with a grey beard. Okay, children. So with the help of a statement, we have to answer all the question. You can see this is David Greybeard. Okay. Why? Because he is having grey beard. That is the reason why she named this chimp David Greybeard. Okay, children. Here is our next question. That is question number B, and we have to answer question number B according to this statement also. So David Greybeard took bananas from my hands. Who gave him that name and why? Just now I have told you. So Jane gave him that name, David Greybeard, because he had a grey beard. He had a grey beard. That is the reason why she gave him that name. Who gave him that name and why? Jane gave him that name because he had a grey beard. Okay, children? So here is question number C. Why was Jane excited? Why was Jane excited about this? That is, David Greybeard took bananas from my hands. Why was she excited? So much excited. Jane was excited because she thought that chimps only ate plants. Yes, he was very much excited because she thought that they only ate plants. She was not knowing that they also ate fruits, vegetables, as well as meat also. So Jane was excited because she thought that chimps only ate plants. Okay, children? Here you can see Jane is feeding David Greybeard banana, right? David Greybeard is eating banana. and she is very much closer to him. She is sitting very close to David Greybeard. Here is question number 5. Jane's job was to watch chimpanzees and learn new things about them. Was she able to do that? Give example. Here the question is, Jane's job was to watch chimpanzees, right children, and was to learn new things about them. Was she able to do that? To come very much close to um, chimps. Was she able? So here we have to give an example. Okay. Why? Yes, she was able to watch chimpanzees and learn new things about them. Yes, the thing is, she was able to watch chimpanzees and learn new things about them. For example, she found out that chimps could make and use tools. For example, one example here is mentioned that she found out that chimps, they could also make and use tools, children. So this was your answer. Yes, she was able to watch chimpanzees and learn new things about them. And what was the new thing? She found out that chimps could make and use tools, children, just like human beings. Okay, so this was your fifth question. Here is sixth question, and here one statement is also mentioned, is also given here, and we have to answer with the help of the statement. So Jane's friends were in danger. Now here a statement is given, Jane's friends were in danger. Question number A is, who were Jane's friends? Who were Jane's friends? So the answer is, the chimps were Jane's friends. Yes, the chimps were Jane's friends and they were in danger, children. Why they were in danger? Here, question number B is, why were they in danger? They were in danger because forests were being cut down and animals were losing their homes. Right, children? Because at that time in Africa, forests were being cut down and animals were losing their homes. That is the reason why Jane's friends were in danger. They were in danger because forests were being cut down and animals were losing their homes. Here is question number 6C. Jane's friends were in danger. This is the statement, children, right? Question number C is, what did Jane do about it? Her friends were in danger and what she did for them. This is the question. And so answer is, Jane traveled all over the world and asked people to help save the chimps and the forest. So what she did, she traveled all over the world and she asked people to help save the chimps and the forests also. So this is the thing she did for her friends who were in danger. Okay, children, what did Jane do about it? Jane traveled all over the world and asked people to save the chimps and the forest. Okay, children. So thank you everyone for watching this video till end. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care of yourself.